and welcome back to part 2 of my different side of Malta series that out of a sudden I started entering inside Wied Fulija. So if you haven't seen part 1, it's going to be linked down in the description of today's video, and then come back to this video as well. Meanwhile, speaking about coming back, ta-da! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's Alex here. If this is your first time bumping into my channel, make sure to subscribe, click like on today's video, and share it with anyone that is interested to see Malta. I don't want to be repetitive with this thing that I'm always saying it. Let's start. This video is going to be shorter than the previous one. I just want you to enjoy and see what has been created here in Malta. Wait, maybe this is going to be my thumbnail. So, Wied Fulija. You will see, but first an important thing that you need to know about this area is that once upon a time this was a place that, wait a minute, my brain stopped. Yes, it was a landfill, and now we have a beautiful walking spot. You will see. The views are mesmerizing from here. You will see very soon. It's quite a big land where a lot of people can come over for a walk and just enjoy. You will see everything that there is. I did a walk from this side once, and it's basically walking all around this hill that you can see. Wait, what do we have here? Wied Fulija Spazio Miftuh alla Famiglia. Ah, okay. Oh, it was inaugurated by the Prime Minister in 2021. Wait, it's not focusing. Sorry. Now it's focusing. Good. Now we can keep on walking. I already have a video of Wied Fulija. I think I filmed it 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. That was the first time when I discovered it. No, not 4, maybe 3 years ago. The first time when I discovered it, and I did a video of it. Now it's the second time that I'm filming, so I will watch that video as well to see if there was any changes or no, or if we have anything that might has been destroyed or it's still staying the same. Okay, so what do we have here? The first board. It says around 43,000 trees and shrubs have been planted to restore the area to its natural beauty. Among the 11 species of trees planted are the Aleppo pine, oak, and the Sandarak gum tree. Ah, so this is what they're saying. These are the trees that they've been planting. Super nice. I'm happy that I'm doing these videos, guys, because they're completely different from the usual videos that I'm doing. Super nice. Super nice. So anyone who is in the southern part of Malta, and if you would like to come over for a walk, what is this? Why? It's in the middle. And let's see what we have here. A special part of this project is dedicated to safeguarding the Maltese honeybee, species uniquely adapted to Malta's climate and geography. Okay, we're also reviving the ancient tradition of amoeba rooms built from rubble walls used for beekeeping. Oh yes, I've seen those. I've seen those in Shemshia when I did a walk over there. Okay, cool, really nice. Now you're gonna see the best view. I think this video is going to be like 13-14 minutes, unlike the previous one that was 29, part 1, but there was more to talk about and more to show you over there. So the beginning, when I started the video and I told you that I did that walk, so basically that walk is all around here, and then you come out from this side and you continue here. You will see just like a circle. Super nice. It's very good that they did this project. I'm actually reading about it now. I'm on the official website. So the project consists of an extensive rehabilitation of the former landfill located at Wied Fulija, as I said, located in the outskirts of Zurich, the place where I live. The scope of the intervention is to safeguard the environment. My goodness, the view, I can't. Wow. Wait before I continue reading. Wow, this is going to be the thumbnail, guys. Wait. Yeah, this is the thumbnail. Look how nice. Okay, so the scope of the intervention is to safeguard the environment, remove the amenity caused to neighboring villages, and to return one of the most scenic areas back to the general public. Thank you so much for all of this. Look how nice. It's a really good spot for also taking some nice pictures. Like, I don't know, if girls come here with some nice dresses or whatever, you can make a really nice picture over here. By the way, I'm checking the total cost to create this was 3.8 million euros. Girl. Wow. Wied Serve Malta is the beneficiary and the Ministry of the Environment. The starting date was in 2016 and the completion was in 2022. Okay, so I think I might have been here in 23, a year after. Yeah, for the first time. I'm loving it. Really. So nice. This is another proof that when people say Malta barely has any trees, Malta doesn't have parks, Malta doesn't have any greenery, Malta doesn't have anything like there is in, I don't know, other countries. No, we do have. It's just the thing that you need to be more aware. Thank God for my YouTube videos. Whoa. Wait, maybe I can do this as a thumbnail. So nice. I'm just enjoying the walk, guys. Usually when I do this walk, my morning walk, I always try to stay away from my phone and just enjoy and just walk, focus on my walk. But of course, when I'm creating a video, I need to be focused on the video itself. It's actually very cinematic with the clouds as well. I like it. Look at that, wait. Let me change the angle. Look at this beautiful island. Malta mesmerized me every single day and I've been here nearly 11 years. In April is going to be 11 years since I moved to Malta. Never tired of this place, never. Just enjoying everything. Keep within the designated walkways. Good. I wonder what there is on top. Not that I'm gonna go, but I'm just saying, I'm wondering what there is. Nice. I just keep on walking and the view just keeps on getting better and better and better. Look. Wait, maybe this, I'm gonna make it as a thumbnail, I don't know. Searching for thumbnails all the time. So, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, if you are watching this video for the first time, please go back and watch the part 1 of this video, so we know exactly, you know exactly what this series is all about. And meanwhile, check my YouTube channel for all the videos that I'm creating about Malta. In the first part of the video, I also had my phone in my hands and I was answering comments from previous videos. And now I'm gonna do the same. I'm still on the Hamrun video. Someone is saying, is there homeless people in Malta? I already answered this and I said that I've seen 2 in Gzira. And then I'm seeing comments from other people saying there are areas where poor people are stuffed one on top of each other in terrible accommodations. Oh, yeah, in every country you have the same, bro. Even in Barcelona, I've seen people and I ask people, especially those that they come over for work and they work as low paid opportunities, they live the same, like 4 or 5 in one room. Dubai, everybody knows in Dubai. In every country you have the same, guys. In every country you have the same. It just depends on which country has, it's more visible. Okay. Someone said it becomes more noticeable every year. What does that mean? Cameroon seems lovely, a little like a multi-ethnic neighborhood in London somewhere. Yeah, it's actually true. Just the thing is that it's more safe. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now I opened my Paola video. Let's see the Paola video. What comments it has. Oh, the hypogeum. Somebody's mentioning the hypogeum. We visit the prehistoric hypogeum in January. Very impressive. You have to order tickets for a few months before you can go in. It's very popular to visit, but there can be only a few people going in. Whew! I'm running out of breath. Wait. Yes, that's true. If you're coming to Malta, book your tickets in advance, or if not, you have to go a day before in Valletta near St. Elmo, and you need to buy the ticket from there for the following day. So it goes in this way as well. Okay, a lot of positive comments. Oh, someone donated. I didn't see. I got a donation on my channel. Oh, thank you. Yes, so guys, just in case somebody wants to... How do you do the donation? Yes, you will find the donation here. When you scroll, where is the like button? You can find the $sign and you can do a donation for the channel over there. Anyway, okay, so oh no, he's making noise now. I mean, I know that he's doing his work, but okay, we try to pass quickly. I found a very fun comment. Someone is asking, is Malta a quiet place? To be honest, it can be, and also it can be extremely loud and busy. It all depends on which area you are. This is actually so satisfying to watch. Hello. Oh. Hello from Serbia. I stopped watching you a long time ago, but YouTube started annoying me with you again. So here we are. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for contributing in my revenue as well. I really appreciate that. Okay. Someone is saying, because in this video I mentioned a very funny thing, that I went for a massage and you know, when you go to the wrong spot in Malta, you might end up in a situation where you need to refuse the happy end. This is worldwide. I just came back from Thailand. I was specifically trying to find dedicated massage places where there is no offer for a happy end, for obvious reasons. Anyway, so someone is saying here, because I said I need to tell you the whole story what happened, but we'll keep it for another video. So someone says the big question is, where do I get a serious massage without a happy end? Or should I book a spa hotel? I thought for the first trip with toddler, it's not worth the money to book a wellness and spa hotel where there is not enough spare time. Okay, so I go for massage in Zuri, where I live. I go weekly. The place is called Ocean Motion. They're amazing, and they also have another salon in Emsida, which is called MT, I think. So I do my Thai massage, deep tissue, hot stone massages over there. And yes, it's a bit more expensive. Yes, it's Europe. I was very happy in Thailand because in Thailand massage can start from 3 euros up to 16 euros. Generally it's around 8 euros for a massage in Thailand, but in Malta it's starting from 45 or 40 euros, something like that. Mine in particular it's 50 plus 5 euros tips. And I love doing massage. It helps a lot. Anyway, this is not maybe a topic for a walk in countryside of Malta. So let me see if there is any other comment here. Marsaskala. Ah, yes. So I'm on my video of Marsaskala, guys, and here it comes the question. After that big storm that we had in Marsaskala, would you like me to go back and do a dedicated video of Marsaskala post the storm to see if there are any visible damages or no? I think it will be a good idea, right? Yeah, we do that. Anyway, I need to order myself a taxi to take me back because this was a very long walk and I need to go back home and edit these videos and upload them. If you guys enjoyed part 2 of today's video, make sure to like it, share it to anyone who would like to see this in Malta, anyone that is moving to Malta and it's thinking, oh, there are no any parks or anything, or where are the parks where I can go for a walk? Well, if you're in the south part of Malta, this is one of the parks where you can go. There is a bus stop nearby as well. Oh, I should have taken a photo of it, but anyway, you'll find it on Google as well. So guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and until I see you in my next one, bye. And look, I just arrived exactly at the spot where I started filming my video, and the video is 17 minutes and 40 seconds.